Hi guys, it's Anna here, and today I'm here with my April wrap-up and May TBR. During the month of April, I read 2 books and fully listened to 1 audiobook. First time ever, so let me tell you about that. Here comes the wrap. As mentioned last month, I read 2 books. First of all, I finished the book that I started in the month before, and that will be I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. Hold on, I have it here. Let's try it again. Last month I read I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. So this was not my first read from this author, but this wasn't my favorite one either. But for this one I will make a review video, so you will be able to see that on 15th of May. So that's why I ain't gonna tell you much more, but I will tell you that I did give this book 4 out of 5 stars, even though there were parts that really got on my nerves. More on that in the review video. Second book that I read would be Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins, and that will be first book in Sweet series. If you follow me on Goodreads, you might already realize that I freaking love this one. Even if there were parts that didn't really sit well with me, I fell in love with this book, definitely. And cannot deny there were some parts that, again, meh. But that did not stop me from really enjoying all the other beautiful things about it, and I definitely, for sure, 100% need to get the rest of the books as well, and I just can't wait for that moment to happen. I even almost went for the ebook version, but I figured no way. Like, I like this so much, I really need physical copies for myself and my shelf, so I'm just gonna have to wait and order the real book. Oh yeah, needless to say, definitely 5 stars for me. And actually, I just realized after reading that, I was a bit struggling, like, should I give it like 4 or 5 stars? Because like 5 stars because I really loved it, but 4 because it wasn't like perfect, there were bits that didn't really sit well with me. But I really enjoyed myself reading that book, and then I just like figured like maybe I'm a bit too, I really rarely give books 5 stars, and mostly because even if I do enjoy them, I'm like, yeah, but I have read better, yeah, but there could be better ones in the future, and so on, and then I just start to think like, why not, why not? It was a great book. I would definitely suggest to other people. I really loved it, it does deserve those 5 stars. When I was thinking about the fact that I don't really give 5 stars to books, I got a bit like suspicious of myself, like, hey, when was the last time you gave a book 5 stars? And so I looked it up on my Goodreads profile, and that was 2 years ago. So I decided I'm gonna try to be more towards positive rating. Right, enough rambling, and time to get on with the next book. And the third book that I read, didn't read it, listened to it, but that will be My Big Fat Fake Wedding by Lauren Landish. So I have stayed away from audiobooks for more than just one reason, but I started this and actually ended up finishing it, which is a pretty big progress because I have started, in my whole lifetime, I have started only 2 audiobooks before and did not finish any of them. Yeah, well, that's topic for another video. Alright, so when I got into this book, I had no knowledge what kind of book this is or what is the author known for. Let's just put it like this. This is definitely an adult book. I don't really have a lot to say about this book. Basically the same thing I said on Goodreads, and that would be that some parts were good, some parts were bad, and some parts were hot. I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars, 4 stars on Goodreads because of that positive rating and stuff, It was a bit hard for me to get into this book at the beginning, maybe because it was an audiobook and I have to adapt to that. Maybe it was the book itself, but eventually it did get me a bit hooked. But I think that what is the most important thing about all of this is that this book made me consider maybe including more audiobooks in my life. Alright, so that is what I read in April of month. That is what I read in a month of April. Now time for my TBR. So I haven't made a TBR list for myself for years now, so here I am, and already making it a bit more difficult for me. I chose 3 books, and one of them is a book that I really want to read. One is the book that is pretty intimidating for me, and another one, last but not least, as I always say, is a book in my native language. So the first book that I picked would be Vivian's Heavenly Ice Cream Shop by Abby Clements, pardon. I actually already started this in April. So yeah, I started this one in April. I read about 100 pages and then I got distracted by my new audiobook, so didn't really manage to finish this one. But I would like to finish it in May, and that's what I plan to do. And well, look at it. It is a pretty cover, isn't it? Isn't it? As for the book that is pretty darn intimidating for me, I chose To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Boy. I also started this before this month. I actually read 30 pages of it, around 30 pages, I think. Yeah, 32 pages. And then it threw me into a big AF reading slump. I just like, whoo, it was so hard to get out of this one, and I'm just looking at it on my shelf. I'm like, I need to get on with it, but I just can't. This is definitely not going to be easy for me, and it kind of scares me because I'm kind of a bit afraid that it might kind of throw me in another reading slump. Hopefully not. Maybe it's a bit intimidating as well because I have it in a travel version, like with small font and everything. And if you have watched any of my previous videos, you might know that I'm a big child that needs huge letters. But yeah, I would like to finish this, and I mean, this is a legendary book, you know. I don't know anything about it because I always stayed away from the information because I've always knew that I kind of want to read it at some point in my life, and you know, it must be loved for something, right? And now we are already to my third pick for the month, and that will be a book in my native language. Well, it is not written in my native language. It is actually written in it is actually written in English, but I have the Latvian version of it, and that would be One Deadly Sin by Annie Solomon. Yes. So for this month, I really want to read something in Latvian because lately there have been moments when I'm just like cutting myself in the moment, like thinking that I could easily express myself for that thought or whatever in English, but not in my native language. And I'm actually pretty good at my own language, and that kind of like it hurts. It hurts. Like, am I like getting more retarded or something? Actually, now that I read a book in Latvian last month, well, I've Got Your Number. That one was in Latvian. I said it weirdly, never mind that. But just like, you know, I just wanted to have some more Latvian language into my life because, you know, nowadays reading English, watching TV series in English, movies, songs, reading books, I think I mentioned that, well, booktube, and, you know, a lot of English in my life. And I'm wondering why I'm still so bad at it. Anywho, alright, so that is it for my April wrap-up and May TBR. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, I hope to see you rather sooner than later. Bye!